PI, and
Really?
Roethlisberger just threw the ball. Am I lying?
Listen. Listen.
It came right to Sherman now. I seen that one. And the other was on an extra point when Roethlisberger had no choice but to throw the ball.
I seen Sherman though. Sherman, it's either two things. He's going to get either completely burnt on a busted coverage. If it's anything contested, he's there. Did you see the job that he put on Des Bryant? Did you see that? That was massive.
Yeah. Without a quarterback, come on, man.
But still, I mean, him and Josh Norman are probably like number one and number two.
I don't consider him a lockdown corner because he don't follow you everywhere on the field.
He did today against Bryant.
Yeah, today he did. I'm gonna give him that. Today he did, but
and it's hard to guard that guy.
What do you?
That guy. And then it's easy to play corner when you got Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor back there now. You only got about 1/3 of the field.
It's not easy. Man, Richard Sherman put people on lock, man. I'm trying. Like you watched the game. Did you see? You remember that one championship game when he was playing? What was it? Crabtree.
Yeah,
I saw that. Talking about that fade route when Kaepernick threw that fade route to Crabtree to end the game.
Yeah, but no, Richard Sherman is the actual truth, man. If you watch him play, man, he's there every single play. I mean,
I don't think he's top three.
He's not top. Who's number 1 and 2?
I still like Revis, and I like Patrick Peterson.
Hey, Revis is getting old. His name is in his past. You see that kid put it on him last week? You see that kid hop put it on him last week?
Everybody gonna get burnt. You know, that happens to the best. When you remember what Jerry used to do to Dion.
But I don't know, man. I think he's top 3.
It's more like Gilligan's Island. It ain't really Revis Island anymore, man. Revis ain't the same, man. Revis, did you? What was that game? Was it? Damn, who was that kid? Not this last week. Hopkins. Hopkins took a doodle on Revis.
Yeah, he put him out. He's out for a week or two.
Yeah. Hey.
It happens to the best of them.
Yeah, but the thing is about Revis. Revis is really good. I mean, I'll give that to him. But if he plays like a 5, I mean, they have they classify as a 5-tool wide receiver. He has trouble.
Yeah,
he has trouble with that. I mean, like those one-trick ponies. He's really smart and instinctive player. But when you have like an AJ Green, or like you know who used to remind me of like T.O. I don't care what corner was in the league. T.O. was one of those. He didn't have a weakness. He can go over the middle. He can go deep. He can possession receiver.
I see D'Angelo Hall put the clampers on T.O., man. Remember when T.O. spit in his face?
Man, that probably was like a one. But T.O. was like
when T.O. was in the league, he led the league in drops a few seasons now. He used to lead the league in drops now.
Well, he was at Dallas because he had that fucked up finger. He had that fucked up finger, but man,
it was a couple of seasons. It's not just one season he led the league in drops. I think he's a Hall of Famer though. He's a Hall of Famer though.
But you can't say T.O. I mean, don't.
But he's not 5'2". He ain't a 5'2" receiver.
Dog, you have to be a 5'2" receiver if you got 22 catches in one game. 22 catches. That means they couldn't even make
receiver.
They couldn't make no adjustments for him. No, they were deep. He had like 200 yards. That was Jerry Rice's last game, wasn't it? Something like I think it was.
So did T.O. have blazing speed?
Yes.
He had enough to get by you. You know, you can get by.
He had enough to get by. Yeah, he had enough to get by, but not blazing speed. He ain't have
He ran a legitimate 4.4. He ran a 4.4 legit, I think.
Yeah. Like there's very few of them. I'll name a couple other like 5'2" receivers that like Andre Johnson in his prime. Mm-hmm. Andre Johnson, deep, over the middle position. Yeah. Julio Jones is like that. You don't really. Yeah. But I don't know, man. There's not there's a couple. Hopkins, I think, is the next one. Yeah. He surprised me a lot because he was always in the shadow of Watkins because I always thought Watkins was better than him, but not to say Watkins ain't good, but Hopkins, I think he might be. I mean, top 3, I think, in the league right now. What y'all think?
He is. Yeah, he is. I have him my receivers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's pro.
Top 3. I don't know.
Yeah,
top 3. Now.
Receiver and numbers.
Yeah, I don't know. I could name a couple now.
You can name
him. He's leading the league. Name him.
You got Julio. You got AJ Green.
He's beating AJ Green. He's beating AJ Green. But AJ Green, my receiver too in fantasy.
Are you talking about for like straight up yards or?
Yeah, yards, catches, touchdowns. He's beating.
Because when you gotta look at his team, like okay, when you on a team like Houston, he's like the number 1 target. So you gonna get about 10, 15 targets a game.
Yeah.
So
he does.
You gonna rack up them yards like that. But
yeah, he definitely rack them up.
But like if I had to pick a team, I'll take AJ Green, Julio Jones, Antonio Brown, Amari Cooper.
No, you gotta look at his stats, man. You gotta check him out, and they don't even have a top quarterback, and they still 6-4. And he's doing his thing. He's doing his thing.
Yeah, he's doing his thing. I definitely think. I mean, he's up there. He's up there.
Better than Dez Bryant.
Yeah, look at his numbers. Just look at it when we get through with the conversation, and look at his numbers compared to the receivers in the league. Just look at his numbers this year.
Yeah, he's like top 3 in probably all the major categories: catches, yards, and touchdowns.
Exactly.
He getting targeted a lot too, though. Dog. One game I seen there was 4 people getting the ball.
He does, but when you're the man and he can go deep. He can do it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he can. So, he can now. He can.
You got to put it in his hand.
He made Revis look old, man. He made Revis look really old, bro.
He did. He really did.
He made Revis look really old, bro. So you got to give him props on that one, bro. You got to give him props. You cannot take that props away from him, from that, man. Man, but let's get back into the conversation, man. What do you guys think about the Heisman? Who is going to win it for real? Because the field is just so like crazy this year, man. Because there's like no. I thought Fournette was like clear cut, the first 5 games of the year, but he's not that anymore. What you guys think?
I think Baker's Mayfield. I understand that Heisman is a quarterback award, man. Every now and then they're throwing a running back, but for them to throw in a running back, that running back got to do something real special.
But how are you saying Baker Mayfield is doing anything special? Who was a Baylor quarterback last year? He plays on Bryce Petty, Bryce Petty throw up whatever he wants. Johnny Manziel, Johnny Manziel throws up.
He won a Heisman,
but still, it
won a Heisman. I don't say Baker Mayfield the best quarterback in the country or the best player. You have who I think will win the Heisman. I know about the Heisman hype machine, man.
So you think
Baker Mayfield, he's not even a top quarterback if you're looking at numbers. I think the dude from Clemson got probably better numbers than him. You know what I mean?
No, Baker Mayfield leads the nation in quarterback efficiency. He completes 70% of his passes.
But the kid from Clemson, he's up there too. Baker Mayfield, last I checked, he threw for 180 yards yesterday.
Oh, yeah. He threw 180 yards. Yeah, he threw, but they won
one touchdown. So that counts. They're going to look at that. So, exactly.
Yeah, they're going to definitely look at that.
That was the game that clinched a playoff berth, though.
Exactly. But look, when you're looking at the Heisman, he don't have another game to really do anything. And Henry goes out and runs for 150.
He rushed for down to 80 yards.
Yeah, he did. He's a running and throwing quarterback. I like him personally, but I don't think he's going to win the Heisman. I think Derrick Henry is here to lose, personally, I think.
Yeah, I think it is Derrick Henry to lose. You right about that. I think it is Derrick Henry to lose.
You know what kind of, is a little annoying. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do like Derrick Henry. I think he's absolute truth. But the element really kind of like irritates me about the whole Heisman thing is it's supposed to be an individual award, but yet they always make it about the team or what situation you're in. Like, you can't have it both ways. Like, for instance, you remember that year that was it Mark? What's that guy? Mark Ingram won.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah.
Did you guys feel like he was the best player in the league, or did you feel that Alabama was so dominant that they gave him the award because of that?
I think they gave him the award because Like I know a couple times where when it was that Sue went to the Heisman, I think Sue should have won it that year. Supposed to go to the best player, but
right.
Defense. You know, I'll even take even throwback when they gave the award to Charles Woodson instead of Peyton Manning. Back in what it was, 96, 97?
Yeah.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so with that one because I had a chance to play against Charles Woodson. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And me being the offensive player and playing against him on defense, he deserved it. Because everything we ran, he knew. Every play we ran, he knew what was coming. He had like 2 picks. He was smart. You know what I mean? And I never seen nobody in my life can take over a game on defense like he did.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised.
It's not. I mean, when Peyton Manning, they tried to make it a career award, which
exactly. He didn't even beat Florida.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Florida.
No, I'm just saying. If he would have beat Florida, that probably the award would have been his. You know,
exactly.
Basically. So it was a career award. So I think Charles Woodson, no doubtly, I think he deserved that award big time because yeah. And you know, they're still in the league right now, and you know both. I mean, actually, Charles Woodson is playing pretty good still.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think he needs league interception on it.
Yeah, I think so. He's like 37 or 38 or 39 or something like that, right?
Yeah, he's like 39, man. Yeah, he's like 39. But I agree with you 100%. I think Ingram won it because of the team he was on. How many yards did he have? Like 1,400 yards rushing?
Yeah, 1,500, 15, something like that. Yeah, Trenton Richardson, I mean, told you like the year right after, they plugged him in and played him in, and he was just as good, you know. And look at him now.
I think that Alabama, they don't give enough credit to the Alabama line either.
Like, what type of credit do you think that they deserve, though?
Okay. Alabama keeps plugging in running backs, man, you know? But then when they get to the league, they sort of fade out.
Well, their linemen do too.
Linemen, I guarantee you, they O-linemen. I don't know their O-lineman's name, but I guarantee you most of their O-linemen's in the league right now.
But they're not that great. I mean, there's
high picks.
There's some good. They're high. Was it? You got Chance Walmack. You got the dude with the funny African name. Was it Rude? Barrett Rude. I don't think. No, not Barrett Rude, but the center. I don't think he's like a major contributor. I'm just thinking of some players in the last couple of years that have been contributors. I can't really think of any right now.
Me either.
That's in Sai Kawanjo or something like that. That's one of the guys that played.
So how can you translate they running backs who were so good at the Carter's level, and then when they get to the league, they flatline?
Scheme.
Exactly.
Scheme. Everybody do their job. That's what his motto is. You know, I mean, I don't. You know, you got to also understand there are some players that are good college players, and they're just good in college. You know, they've actually hit their peak. You know, and Ingram actually, I don't think he hit his peak, but like Richardson, I think hit his peak. You know, he was. You know, his style of play is. I mean, you don't see that too much. You know, he kind of who you remind me of. You remind me of Emmitt Smith. You know, not going to wow you.
No.
Huh?
Okay, in the Smith now, man.